Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it.
Today I'll be recapping Uthando Nesthembu season 8 episode 26. And today they are in the trip, and Mayeni arrived late at night and she was shown the room. And Umseleku leaves first and says, ask MaNgwabe for the key. And then she gives him the key and she says, please leave the card as well. MaNgwabe is jolly for someone who is in her last trip, you know? Like, she's just giving him the best times, things to remember her by, I guess. She's very jolly. She's even joking about the card. And Mseleko took it to heart, saying he doesn't have time because he's not well. And then his son walks him out. And then they remain there. So Sneh stands up and go. Remember, Sneh is not talking to anybody because of the things she has said in the podcast. And she knows they know that she is what she said and she doesn't like them. So she's not entertaining them. Even these adult women are not even trying to find out what is happening. I know Sneh is an adult child as well. But they could try and say, what is going on, Sissy? Why are you acting like this? Because even her child is calling her a thing, something like that. And what's her name? Pilo was also saying that Uthando is very disrespectful. And I'm like, she is disrespectful, but I guess she feels like Sneh is her mother, but she's not her mother. You get me? Because she didn't get to raise Uthando. And the kid there says things, and then the mothers, you know how, hey guys, I don't know, man, somehow somewhere also they're acting very childish, MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe, about this situation. Instead of kuzaring the child, MaNgwabe goes on her diary session and says things like, oh, when you are not respectful yourself as a mother, so the child won't respect you. Instead of telling that girl to say, no, Thando, you don't say that about your mother. You don't call your mother this thing. You don't call your mother loco. No, you don't do that. And so you see, those are the things that makes me think that this part of the reasons why Sneh doesn't like you, because just because someone is disrespectful towards you, you do not have to get out of character for them. You can disrespect them in a different way. In this case, they could have just kept quiet or whatever. They should not have entertained those children's conversation, because it gives those kids an impression that they, especially that MaKhwela's last born, it gave her an impression that she can disrespect her eldest sister. No, you can't do that. But anyway, we move to the following morning. They are having breakfast. The kids are sitting by their side, and then the adults are sitting there by their side. And then we find out that Mayeni had arrived, right? I said Mayeni arrived the previous night. And then not Mseleku saying that he didn't know that Mayeni was here. Nobody told him. I'm like, first of all, this is your wife, Baba. How come you want some people to alert you? And this is my thing as well. I kept wondering, why does he keep saying, Munini was crying. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to ask Mpumelelo to help. And Mpumelelo at the same time is saying the same thing, that he didn't even know about this trip. His mother found him, and then she said there's a trip that we need to go to for the family, and you need to go as well. And then that's how he found out. So he didn't even talk to Mpumelelo. Remember, he told us on the diary session that he's going to talk to him. And then he also has not spoken to Mayeni since the fight, because Mayeni tells us that this guy has not spoken to him ever since that time. And she refused to shake his hand. And I wonder what's that got to do with anything, because you're just shaking hand. You've done more with this guy. So as much as you are tired and you want to rest and whatnot, and that trip seems like not a resting thing. I think this is why she doesn't want to cook for the kids, because also the previous night, MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe went about their daily bread, Mayeni, about how she didn't want to come to the trip and cook, even though she has young kids, and she was saying that she'd rather go to the trip and not eat anything at all. And then that's what tickled the MaKhumalo's fancy, because she was going on about, oh, how was she going to do that? Did she include the kids in that? And as wives, we need to get together so that if there's a trip, because if it involves children, that time a child is old. If it involves children, we need to know what's going to happen. And I'm like, she's right in a way, but I feel like MaKhumalo needs a break, Shem. Because when, what's her name? When MaKhwela starts joining them on the trip as well, will she still be keen on these trips? Because she's saying that all she wants on this trip is to have fun. And I'm like, you're right, Mama. You need to have fun. Because, guys, sometimes life is tough, hey? If you have a little bit of joy, grab it by both hands, according to me, because it's tough. So if she wants to have fun by gossiping about Mayeni, I wish Mayeni did not get to see this show so that it wouldn't really matter. But if they think that Mayeni's name makes them feel better, I say they must go ahead and enjoy life, because I don't understand why two adult women will stay up at night and wants to talk about another woman. So we go back to the breakfast, right? At the breakfast table, as Mayeni was busy trying to get food, Mseleku starts a topic about how Sneh said that she was not gonna come to the trip because MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe are not treating her well. And I wonder if actually MaNgwabe and Mseleku got it on the previous night. They seemed too happy and too jolly, and they were holding hands when they walked to the breakfast, because the breakfast had been cooked by the lodge people. So Airbnb or whatever the case might be that they are doing there in that house. And then they say, Marcus tells them that he's not happy with this thing. He would like her to come to the trips that they are likely gonna take in future. And he also tells MaNgwabe, asks, so why is she here? Because you're saying that she had said she's not gonna come to the trip. And then he says that MaKhwela spoke to her. The same way that MaNgwabe read it to say that that's part of the reason why this lady is there. Okay. And then before they could go on and on about it, Mpumelelo, the lion of Mzumbe, starts and say that to his dad that please stop this thing, because you are trying to cause more issues with these things, while you remember we all thought do that thing that Sneh did the previous time when she told Mseleku to stop talking about her aunt in that light. Though this time he was not. He was sticking up for himself. I thought it would have something to do with Usne herself, but no, it had something to do with Mpumelelo, because now he's saying that the day the Mtombenis came to see wife number 5, his wives said that's MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe. MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe, they are caught discussing these children, because when Mpumelelo got to the table, he hugged MaNgwabe. So I don't know, but he still feels like, you know what, these people don't like me because of you, father, because you the one who said that I know something about you and your 5th wife while I didn't know anything about it, and you let it go instead of stopping it. You have tendencies of not resolving stuff. I'm like, go Mpumelelo, tell him that he doesn't resolve stuff, because he's now, even with this Sneh thing, he's not trying to resolve it. He was just trying to cause fights, because Usne says that her dad has tendencies of making a mountain out of a molehill. She says that he can talk about a thing for so long, so she doesn't like that. And Mpumelelo also does not like it. But Mpumelelo did not like it, not because he was trying to protect his sister only. He was also trying to protect himself. That sounds selfish. I feel like we all thought that he was trying to protect Usne. He wasn't. The wife says in the diary session, but it was not us who ripped Mpumelelo apart about this thing of wife number 5. It was mostly his mother. We just started it. MaNgwabe says that they just started it, and then Mayeni took it a little bit further, and that's part of the reasons why Mpumelelo and his mother don't get along. It's because of Mseleku's number 5. Hey, yeah, ne? And as he's talking, you know how Mpumelelo talks. When I said that maybe it's a Zulu boy thing, I think that's not right. It's just a Mpumelelo thing. The way he talks to his dad, Mpilo says that their relationship leaves a lot to be desired. Mpumelelo talks to his dad with so much disrespect that even Usne can say it, even though it could look like Mpumelelo was trying to protect Usne. She can see that, nah, that's disrespectful. You can't talk to your father like that, even if you are a boy. This is the same courtesy that they are not given as girl children in that Mseleko household. So Usne must just get on with the program. So once the conversation had diverted from Usne to Ulwandle, who just wanted his name to be cleared amongst his mothers so that his mother can understand that he didn't know anything about number 5 and her introduction, and his dad says so. And then he now asked the women, his wives, guys, I need you guys to give me a list of grocery items that needs to be bought for this trip, because we all know it's self-catering. None of the wife answered. And then Ulwande says that he will do it. They were all shocked. MaKhumalo said that she won't answer about this trip thing because with the groceries, because she now knows that Matlieni does not want to cook. So she wants to know what has changed. Remember, they are all saying that Mayeni's children are still young, so they need to have their mother participate in their cooking. And I'm just like, Usne is also there. Bilo is also there. Luanle and Mpumelelo are also there. They can see what they had for breakfast. They could see what they had for dinner. They could cook. They can decide. So even if Luanle goes and does the groceries, which according to me, unless if you write the list down properly, most men don't know what to buy for food. Whether we are eating at home or we are eating on the trip. They all know about rice, but they don't know what we eat that braai with, or how it should be cooked and stuff like that. So if these women really allow Ulwandle to go and does the groceries, and Mseleko also approves, I'll find it weird that they have sent this boy to do the basic things, because who has money for lobola, even though it was not the same amount that the family had asked for, but who has money to pay lobola, he must have money to pay for breakfast, lunch and dinner, or at least snacks during lunchtime. Those type of things, it can be done. Actually, that's what Ulwandle should bring to show that he's really a child. Because I don't understand why must it be Lwandle that end up saying he will do groceries when Umayeni sent Usne to do this thing. So in the next scene, we see MaKhwela. She's going on the... In the next scene, we see MaKhwela, and she is getting her dress measurements taken and the design, and it seems like it's the dress that she was wearing from the stuff that she was selecting. She was wearing on the on the show's promo, and when she walked towards Umseleko, but she says that it's for Umembeso. And I'm like, because when they have not finished paying lobola for you, one doesn't one do Umembeso once the lobola is finished? Can they do Umembeso after they just went once? There's the next visit becomes Umembeso, where you will get to I'm just trying to understand where is MaKhwela saying all of the things from. And then she is done taking the measurements and doing everything else. She calls Umseleko and just to check up on him, and she says, I miss you and I was just checking up on you and stuff like that. And Umseleko complains about her English, And then he ended up he complains saying that she speaks too much English, right? And then says that when we first started dating, he didn't mind that she was speaking English and isiZulu. And I'm just like, he was trying to win you over, baby girl. Now that he has done that, he doesn't see the need to continue doing the things that he was doing. Because I feel like that's the only reason why Umselegu is acting funny towards this girl. Because I don't understand what is this, the English. Because it's not like you don't know the English yourself. You may not know the perfect English, but I'm sure he knows some English. He can connect hundreds of sentences because he has also written a book. You're just saying that he doesn't like it when his woman. So in the next scene, we see Mseleku going to talk to Mayeni, and he says that he wants to find out why she was late. And also, I want to find out why he didn't find out that Umayeni and Mnene is here. Because why doesn't he know when his wife arrives? He has 4 wives. This is easy to manage. It's not like they are 10. And he's trying to add another one onto this. But he wants to find out why and stuff like that. Instead of, he could have called her. So I feel like this show is no longer about Uthando is just a symbol that he is failing to manage, because if you can't find out where your wife is when your child is crying, I feel like that just lacks something, I don't know, control, or lacks management, because it seems like he's failing to manage. That's why he's adding that little girl so that he can try and disrupt this whole thing and make it seem like, or maybe she makes him feel more wanted, because towards the end of the conversation, he starts talking about where he is going to sleep. And Mayeni says, you can't sleep here. And it's like, yeah, even on the other side, I'm following my roster. But even on the other side, Nombela does not want me. So I feel like he knows who would want him. MaKhwela will obviously want him all the time. She just called him and said that she misses him. And he said that she's going to see him soon. So I just feel like he just wants to be wanted, man. Maybe that's the problem. That's why he's now on wife number 5. Because there's always this need or this itch that needs to be scratched by another woman that seems that says that they want him for life, those type of things, because I'm trying to understand why he's like the way he is. And then when he's standing over Mayeni while she's holding a phone, he says, I want to talk to you, and then they go sit outside, and then she tries to explain why she was late, and it's the hair, it's the face, I guess. Everything else that she couldn't make it because of the fact that she had plans for the day. And she asked us in the diary session that, you know what, even if I was a bad mother, but there's Obanzi that I have not wronged, not even a single day, because Obanzi called me while she doesn't know whether Umnini was crying there yet or no, but Obanzi called and she explained this thing, but Umnini ended up crying to his dad. She feels like Umnini is being silly, is being unappreciative, and he needs to be stopped, type of thing. I feel like she needs to do better by this child and raise him better than she raised Mpumelelo, that talks to his father like the way he did. But anyway, so in the next scene, we see that Mseleku and the family, they're playing with Play-Doh or dough itself. It looks like it can make them dirty, that one. And MaNgwabe is trying to make like a PP type of situation and a dildo. And I'm just like, MaNgwabe, don't they have kids there? Even if they don't have kids, the adult kids already know what that is. And then Mseleku is like, yeah, but he doesn't like it in real life. What if she just doesn't like yours because she knows, I know that MaNgwabe went into that relationship knowing that Mseleku has 3 wives already, or 4 wives already, but I don't know. What if she doesn't like his because she knows that he shares it with everyone else, and he has girlfriends that falls pregnant, and he tries to hide them by saying he wants to lobola them, and he goes and lobola them. It's pity because he wants to hide Ihlazo type of thing. I might end up going on a girls out with Thando. They look happy, both of them, and MaKhwela sits down and asks a question about Ubaba K's dad. And MaKhwela tells us that she won't talk about it because this is a sensitive topic in the Seleko household. But someone in that family already alerted the whole of South Africa that Seleko is an ini, not Seleko. And it makes sense for him to be an ini, but it also doesn't make sense because he was raised Kabo Malume according to what it looks like. So for him to be called Ntini, I guess his actions are the reasons why that guy saw it fit to want to him out of the Mseleko household and out of not his surname not being used by this guy who is not a full-blown Mseleko. Thank you guys for watching this recap. Please like the video, comment on it, and subscribe on the channel. See you guys in the next one.